Hi, sir. Good morning.
हाय गुड मॉर्निंग।
सर 2 मिनट दे दो फिर स्टार्ट करते हैं, राइट?
ओके जी ओके।
मिस्टर
यस यस। हेलो।
3-4 मिनट रुक जाते हैं क्योंकि ऑथेंटिकेशन मांग रहा है वो ओटीपी। दे दो,
ठीक
वी
है।
आर गोना स्टार्ट द सेशन, ओके?
ओके ओके ओके।
Amit sir, you can start the session now.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, guys, hello and welcome. Good morning. My name is Amit, and I'll be the trainer for Red Hat Linux operating system course. And let me just share my screen. Let me start with the PPT.
Hello, sir. Sir, good morning.
Hanji, good morning, ji.
Sir, class just शुरू हुई ना?
Yes, yes, बिल्कुल अभी. All right. Okay, guys. Okay, so first of all, let me start with this word Linux. What is this Linux? See, Linux is just another operating system which is there in the market. Just like we have Windows, right? We have Windows operating system. We have Mac OS operating system. We have also Android for mobile devices, iOS, right? Similarly, for the servers, basically servers are used in the companies, right? So for the servers, we have majorly two types of operating system. One is Windows Server and another one is Linux. Okay, so Windows Server operating system and Linux operating system. But in Linux, there are so many different versions of it. For example, let me give you some examples. First example is like Ubuntu. You might have heard about Ubuntu Linux, or maybe Kali Linux. Okay. Similarly, there is Suse Linux and Mint Linux. There are thousands of distributions. Technical word is called distribution. Okay, so these are all distributions. Although they have the core operating system is the same in all of the operating systems, but the difference is some commands, some functionality, some features. Okay, the major player, or we can say the operating system, the Linux operating system, which is in huge demand and which is used by most of the companies, is RHEL, Red Hat Linux operating system. Okay, so we are here to learn about Red Hat Linux for only one reason. It is mostly used by the companies. Okay, the most used operating system by the companies is Red Hat Linux, because of which there is a huge demand of Linux administrators. If you know Red Hat Linux operating system, it gets easy for a fresher also to get a job. If you're experienced, you want to switch from your existing technology to another technology, yes, this is again a very good opportunity for you. Okay, so Red Hat Linux operating system, currently in the market, the version is 8. So we are going to learn the latest version 8. Okay, now here, what is this Red Hat? See, Red Hat is a very big organization, and 2 years back it got acquired by another very big organization, IBM. So now IBM owns Red Hat. So you can also check the same details by going to redhat.com. Okay, so this is the website, and Red Hat not just only provides Linux operating system, there are multiple products in the kitty of Red Hat. Let me show you. If you click on products, you will see so many products are there. All these are basically softwares. Okay, so let me show you the Red Hat Linux. Where is it? Yeah, so Red Hat Enterprise Linux is one of the multi products which they offer. Okay, so we are going to learn Red Hat Linux. You may ask, so if you want to progress in your career, what should you know? So I would say, if you want to go at the top of your career, you should know 2-3 things. You start with Linux. Okay, I'm talking about when you have at least 20-30 years of experience. That's at that time. So at that time, you should be having the knowledge of Red Hat Linux with automation, which is called Ansible automation. Again, it's a product of Red Hat Ansible. Okay, and then Red Hat OpenShift, and finally Red Hat OpenStack. So combination of this, even today also, even if you are a fresher, if you want to dedicate 2 to 3 years in learning all these technologies to the core, deep knowledge, if you want to acquire, yes, 2 to 3 years are required. And after that, you're going to get a very good job, a higher position job, a good salary. Okay. But yes, I mean, to start off your career, to kickstart your career, Red Hat Linux is more than enough. Although I will be, you know, making you aware about this Ansible tool as well within this course. Okay, because you know, it's the era of automation, as you know. In all of the organization, in all of the companies, there are positions for automation engineer. What is the role of automation engineer? Let's say there is a task which needs 20 people to work on. Let's say there is some task which needs at least 20 resources. 20 resources to work 8 hours a day. Okay. So, you know, 20 people will be engaged for one day. Rather than that, if in the same company, if someone knows automation, that same task can be done within one day itself, and only one resource will be used. Okay, so it is only done with the help of automation tools. So Ansible is the product developed by Red Hat. It is based on Python language. Okay, so you know, it can be used for some automation stuff. Obviously, you know, using automation, companies are in benefit. Organization gets all the benefit. How? Let's say they don't have to engage the 20 resources, 19 more resources. So all those 19 resources can work on separate tasks. Okay. So automation engineer basically is working, you know, as a replacement for 20 or 15 resources. So this is the value of automation engineer. Okay. All right. Again, in the market, when you go for job hunting, job searching, let's say you have learned Linux, you want a job in Linux. So there are so many profiles available, like Linux administrator profile or system admin profile. Okay. DevOps engineer profile as a fresher. Okay. And there are so many actually. So, you know, when you start looking for these jobs, basically you are going to type Linux in search engine like Naukri, Monster. You will just type Linux keyword and you will just type fresher or zero experience. Let's say fresher, and you will select the state, city, let's say Delhi NCR or maybe Gurgaon. Okay, for example. Okay, you will see at least 1,000 jobs are available. Okay, so out of those 1,000 jobs, as per my analysis, 200 to 300 jobs will say Rhcsa mandatory. Now, what is this Rhcsa? See, if you know Linux, it's recommended. If you know Red Hat Linux, it's recommended to get certified also. When you are certified, it is basically certification means that you have proven that you know how to work on live environment, how to work on live servers. Okay, so when you join a company, first of all, the company will have a certain degree of confidence in you because you know how to work on Linux servers, because you have cleared the certification. Okay, so the first certification in which is provided by Red Hat Linux for Linux operating system is Rhcsa, which means Red Hat Certified System Administrator. Okay, Red Hat Certified System Administrator. If you have this certification, it really gets easy to get shortlisted for interviews. Okay, and also you will be able to apply most of the jobs. Okay, see, out of 1,000 jobs, I don't say that all the 1,000 jobs are posted by MNCs. Yes, some jobs will be posted by small companies, maybe startups, small companies, local to your city, within your city. Okay, but yes, majority of the jobs will be from big companies. Okay, established in Gurgaon, Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore, like that, or maybe MNCs also. Okay, even in, you can check for linkedin.com. So you can just search Linux fresher Gurgaon, or maybe your city, preferred city. You will see approximately 1,000 jobs are available still for freshers. Okay, and they keep on updating. It's not like 1,000 jobs are there for like 3 months only. No, every day new job posting is uploaded on all of these portals. Okay, even for experienced holders, if you are interested in changing your domain, you want to go, you want to enter the cloud or maybe automation, then Red Hat Linux is the step number one. Okay, you need to you need to have basic understanding of Red Hat Linux. Okay, all right. Acha, there is one more thing. Let's say you're more interested in automation. Then what? Then the second certification. Once you certify for Rhcsa, you are eligible for the second certification. Second certification is called Rhce. This simply means Red Hat certified engineer. Okay, Red Hat certified engineer. Now, what is this? What you have to learn? For Rhcsa, you just have to learn Linux fundamentals of Red Hat Linux. In short, I will say RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux Operating System. Okay, you just need to know RHEL fundamentals. In the case of Rhce, you need to know Ansible automation tool. Okay, so Ansible automation tool plus, actually not only Ansible automation tool, it's plus RHEL fundamentals. Okay, so first you need to clear Rhcsa, and then you need to learn Ansible automation tool. Then only you can go for Rhce certification. And yes, I recommend this Rhce certification for experience holders. Okay, I also, in 3 years back, I wanted to change my job from Linux admin to automation engineer. I immediately took a break for like 1 week. I completed Rhce course, and guess what? Within like a month, I had 2 offer letters in my hand. Okay, I'm talking about 2019. Okay, so yeah, I mean, again, you can search for automation experience, maybe 3 years, 5 years, like that. Automation keyword in your preferred city. Again, you will see so many jobs. Just type Ansible and then your experience, then your preferred city. You will see so many jobs are there on each portal. Okay, so this is something that you should know from day one, that you're learning Linux. What is the benefit of learning Linux? Also, yes, within this course, Linux course, I will be teaching you multiple things, like, let me highlight. First one is obviously fundamentals of Linux, of Red Hat Linux. Okay, after this, I'm going to cover containers as well. Then I'm going to cover bash shell scripting. And then in the end, Ansible automation. Although Ansible automation tool course is approximately 40 hours course. Okay, but I will give you the introduction part, just enough so that you are able to automate whatever you have learned in the fundamentals of Red Hat Linux. So whatever you learn in this course, you will be able to automate all those things. That much I'm going to give you that knowledge. Okay, obviously not 40 hours, maybe 10 hours. Okay, so this much of Ansible I'm going to teach you, so that you're confident enough. You can mention Ansible in your CV. You can also apply for another job which is called automation engineer position. So obviously it's an upgrade. Okay, and bash shell scripting, it is again a kind of a programming, not the complete, because the complete course is again 20 to 25 hours. Okay, so I will teach you enough, more than enough, so that you can understand what is going on in a shell script. See, ultimately you will be working in a company, you will be working in a team. Maybe some of your colleagues have created some shell script to automate some task in Linux. Okay, Shell script is also a kind of a programming tool which is used to automate some task. Ansible is very easy. Shell scripting requires coding knowledge, programming knowledge. Okay, but still I will teach you how to do it in an easier way. Okay, so maybe someone has created some shell scripts. So you should be in a position to understand what is going on. If required, if any modification is required, you will be able to do it. Okay, you want to create your own? Yes, you will be able to create your own as well. Okay, we will take a live example and then we will proceed. This containers, again, this is again a very demanding technology for the next 15 to 20 years. Whosoever has good hold in containers, their job is secure for the next 15, 20 years. They do not need to learn anything else. Okay, Linux containers, little bit of Ansible, that's it. For the next 15, 20 years, you are done. Okay, you'll just keep on growing in this with these technologies only. All right, so for containers, again, previously, maybe 6 months back, it was not part of Red Hat Linux. But now with the updated certification, now it's part of Red Hat Linux. So by default, you are going to learn containers as per the Rhcsa syllabus. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare for Rhcsa exam. It's your wish. You want to take the exam or not. Okay. But I'm going to prepare for Rhce exam. I don't believe in, giving dumps. So there will be no dumps for the certification, but I will teach you more than enough to clear the exam without the dumps. Okay. You will be able to clear the exam without even, practicing with the dumps. All right. So this is it. Fundamentals of Red Hat Linux plus containers. This is the part of Rhcsa plus 2 extras, we can say topics as a bonus that will help you in your career when you're working it shell script and Ansible automation. These 2 things are going to help you a lot when you're working in a company. Also, when you want to get your CV shortlisted. So you need to mention all these things in your CV that Red Hat Linux version 8, containers, bash shell scripting, Ansible automation tool. Okay, although they can ask you how many years of experience, you can just say fresher, or whatever you want to mention. Okay, like that. Any questions till now? If you have any questions, you can let me know. All right. So basically, this complete course is going to be approximately 45 to 50 hours course. Okay. And we are going to cover 2 hours on Saturday and Sunday, 2 hours each.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, Linux करने के बाद सर AWS करना compulsory होता है क्या?
No, it's not compulsory, but it's recommended. If you want to enter into cloud domain, then yes, AWS is recommended.
मतलब सर minimum package अगर I'm a electronics engineer.
Okay.
And I'm currently working in Reliance Jio SMSL Private Limited.
Okay.
Then सर मुझे मतलब मैं IT field तो नहीं है ये मेरी, but टेक्निकल फील्ड है मेरी.
Right.
तो जिससे मेरा कैंपस हुआ था, उसके के बाद में मैं कंटिन्यूली यहाँ पे जॉब कर, बट मैं आईटी में स्विच करना चाहता हूँ.
Perfect. Okay. So what is your years of experience?
Sir, 1 year.
Okay, 1 year as a network admin. Right.
No, network admin नहीं. As a technical support.
Acha, as a technical support. Okay. 1 year. Okay. No worries. If you want to change your domain, you want to enter IT, fundamentals of Linux. I mean, जो ये course है, ये आपके लिए बहुत है. मतलब इससे आप अपना job easily switch कर पाएंगे. Okay.
फिर भी सर starting package कितना मिलता है अगर freshers के हिसाब से भी गए तो?
Okay. See, if you consider as a fresher, yourself as a fresher, you can easily get from 4 lakhs per annum to 6 lakhs per annum. Okay. Okay. This is not the fixed. If you are, it depends actually. What is the process of interviews? Let's say you applied for a job on naukri.com. Okay. This is for everyone. Let's say you apply for a job on a naukri.com. and maybe some HR will call you, right? Obviously, some HR will call you. Maybe you have applied for 10 jobs. Out of 10, 5 have called you back. So the first question they are going to ask you is, when can you join and how much are you expecting? So if you are free looking for a job, you can just tell them that you can join immediately. Okay, you can just join immediately. And the second question, how much are you expecting? You can just simply say 6 lakhs per annum. Okay, why 6 lakhs? If they did not mention anything in the job description that how much will be the salary, then you can just say 6 lakhs per annum, 5 lakhs per annum. Or if they have mentioned, you can just quote accordingly. Okay. All right. And yeah, so this is the first step. So first step, they are going to take your expectations. They're going to take your availability. And that's how your CV gets again propagated to the next level. Okay. Once your CV is shortlisted, you will get the call. Once you get the call, you will set your expectations, your availability. And then in the next step, interview will be scheduled. Okay. In the big companies, what they do is before the interview, there is a screening test in which a technical person will call you and it will ask you journal questions. He just want to make sure that it's worth taking the interview of the candidate. Okay, I'm talking about big companies like Infosys, Wipro maybe. Okay, in Infosys this is happening. All right, so screening test may happen. If you clear the screening test, interviews will happen, and interviews will be in 2 parts, sometimes in 3 parts. Part A will be technical, part B will be managerial round. Okay, or we can say HR round or managerial round. Okay, in the HR round, basically HR round depends on your A part or the technical part. If your technical interview was good, the HR is going to negotiate accordingly. It was not good, then HR will offer you less salary. It's simple. If let's say you were able to give the answers for all of the questions, the interviewer has given a very good feedback, HR will not hesitate giving you 6 lakhs per annum or whatever expectations you have set. But if in the interview you were not able to answer a couple of questions, so yes, there will be some sort of negotiation happening in this round. Okay, so ultimately you are going to get job offer letter after this round. Okay. All right. And yes, see, as you just told me that you have at least you have minimum 1 years of experience, then you're not a fresher. Okay. So in the CV, you can mention Linux, that you have been on and off working on Linux. So it's during this course of 50 hours, I will tell you how you can mention that you have been working on Linux. Okay. So this is day 1. I just want to give you the introduction part. So as soon as we progress with the course, slowly and steadily, we are going to cover all of the points, how you can set your CV straight, how you can align Linux with your existing job profile so that you can show Linux as a relevant experience of 1 year. Okay. Obviously, you will think that for 1 year, they are going to ask you difficult questions. No, till 1 to 3 years of experience is not that big of an experience. Okay. Even if you have 3 years of experience, that's not very big. Yes, they will be expecting more, like, do you know company processes, how to work on a server operating system in a company, what are the rules? And don't worry, the slides which I have prepared, the course content which I have prepared is according to my experience, not as the books. Okay. So for example, in Linux, in Rhcsa course, for example, we have 20 topics to cover, for example. Okay. So I could have gone through the book, copied from the book, created a slide. No, for each topic, as per my experience, I have designed all the slides, I have designed all the questions, and the experience is straight from the industry, straight from the companies. Okay. So I have worked in IBM, one of the biggest companies in the world. I worked for Capgemini, right? So all the experience which I have gathered in all those past 15 years, 12 years. So I have, incorporated in these slides. So throughout this course, I will be teaching you some tips and tricks and what is happening in the companies, how to work in the companies, like that. Okay. So it's not a kind of a book course that I'm going to follow a book. Yes, books are there, you can read. I will share all the books with you, but I'm going to teach you as per my experience, so that you're also able to clear the exam and also able to clear the interviews. And when you get a job, you'll be more comfortable in working in the companies, and you will not feel that you're in the unknown world. Because when a fresher joins a company and they log into the server, they're actually confused even after clearing the Rhcsa exam. Most of the time people are confused what to do, what not to do, like that. Okay, so there is a question in the chat. What will be the difference in syllabus from phase 1 combo Linux and in this course? Actually the syllabus is the same. The phase 1 combo and this course share the same syllabus. Okay, the syllabus is this: fundamental of Linux. Okay, in phase 1 there was one small difference. In phase 1 we did not use Red Hat Linux for the teaching, we used CentOS Linux. Okay, CentOS Linux. So this is one small difference. I will tell you what is CentOS Linux, Red Hat Linux, all of these things. Okay, so again the course is the same: fundamentals of Linux plus containers, bash shell scripting, Ansible, everything. Okay, all right, so let me open the slide quickly. Okay, again this is my introduction only. I have 12 years of experience. I've worked as Linux administrator, automation engineer, and have handled more than 1,000 servers in the past. And I'm certified in Rhcsa and Rhce. So this is dual certification, means in 2013 also I was certified in Rhcsa and Rhce. In 2019, I think, I again got certified in Rhcsa, Rhce. Obviously in 2013 it was Red Hat 6 at that time. Now we are talking about Red Hat version 8. Okay, things have changed. So many things have changed. Okay, so see, when we say Linux, not Red Hat Linux, not Ubuntu Linux, just Linux. Linux is what? Linux is a open source operating system, which means even you can also download the source code. See, when you create a program, you type the code in a file, then you compile the program, then the program gets executed, and then you see the output on the screen, right? Similarly, operating system is more like a program, a kind of a program. Okay, it's a very big program with lakhs of lines of code. Okay, so we have huge code in this program. So you know what good part about is there in Linux? Linux is on the open source platform, which means you can download the Linux operating system source code, the actual code files. You can modify the code files, and you can redistribute among your friends, even to the world, with another name. Okay, all right, so this is the best feature of Linux operating system, and due to these features you see so many Linux versions are available: Ubuntu Linux, Kali Linux, CentOS Linux, okay, Red Hat Linux. Okay, so now you may ask, who created this Linux at first? Who is the father of Linux? So basically this Linux operating system is developed by Linus Torvalds. Okay, so Linus Torvalds developed this operating system as a hobby, actually, as a hobby project. Okay, but you know, this operating system coding is not that easy. You need multiple coders, you need multiple developers to work on the same project. So that's why he thought of releasing the project on open source community. Okay, do you want to see how you can download Red Hat, not Red Hat, the original Linux, which is still updated by Linus Torvalds? Linus Torvalds is still active, and he keeps on updating the main Linux source code, so that companies can download and incorporate the changes in their operating systems. Okay, just go to google.com and find Red Hat Linux. Oh no, not Red Hat, just Linux kernel source code. Linux kernel source code. This you have to search. You will see Torvalds/Linux. So this is the GitHub repository of Linus Torvalds. And there you go. These are all files. Okay. Let me go to some file. Let's say these are all header files. Hold on. Okay. Like this file autogroup.c. I don't know what it is, but let's see. If you open this file, you will see a code C, C++ language. Okay. So if you're interested in, checking the code, C language, C++, you can just make contribution to the Linux kernel as well. See how many people have contributed to this file. There are 5 contributors. Okay. So this is the power of open source. You can also contribute to Linux, although this is a completely different topic. Okay. This is a completely different topic, but yes, this is a possibility. Okay. So those who are interested in coding, programming, they can also try this out. And if you want to download this source code, you see this code green button. Here it is download zip. The entire Linux source code you will be able to download, and you can check whatever files are there. Okay. So this is the project of Linus Torvalds. What Red Hat did is Red Hat used this project, worked on this project, means they employed maybe 100, 200 developers to improve this Linux operating system suitable for the servers industry. Okay, like Facebook.com, they're running their Facebook application on Linux servers. Okay, similarly, NASA, they're also using Red Hat Linux. In Forbes magazine, there are so many companies listed. Fortune 500. So most of the Fortune 500 companies are using Red Hat Linux. Okay. So why? Because, obviously in the age of internet, the data is shared with the servers, right? And to make the servers efficient, make the servers run non-stop without reboot, we need a solid operating system. Okay. Windows is there, Windows Server is there, but yes, there are some glitches with that. Okay. There are some glitches. See, he is Linus Torvalds. Okay. Let me see if I can open. Yeah, he is Linus Torvalds. Okay. So there are some glitches with Windows. So back in the day, like in 1990, I'm talking about, the first version of Red Hat Linux was released, and it was projected as the most stable operating system. Okay. Most stable, most robust, and most secure than any existing operating system. Basically, they were targeting Windows only. Okay. So Red Hat company has invested a lot in Red Hat Linux operating system. They have converted this normal source code, open source Linux operating system into full-fledged enterprise level operating system. So if they have, invested in this operating system, Red Hat company, so they're going to charge for it, right? See, Red Hat Linux is free to use, free to download. Red Hat Linux can be downloaded for free. You can use it also, download and use for free. But there is a catch. The catch is, if you want to update the operating system time to time, then you have to pay the subscription fee. Okay, you have to pay the subscription fee. Okay. So also, if there is a problem you're experiencing with the operating system and you want some experts from Red Hat to help you, which means support, you need support from Red Hat. Then again, for the support, you need to pay the subscription fee. Okay. So it's the model of Red Hat Enterprise Linux is subscription fee. Okay. Companies pay license fee to the Red Hat organization, and that's how they get update, and that's how they get support. Okay. Although you can download Red Hat Linux for free, you can use it, there is no problem. But as soon as you want to update, there will be a error that you have to subscribe, and then you can get the updates like that. Similarly for support. Okay. So this is the earning model of Red Hat. So they are going to earn with the help of subscriptions. Similarly, there is another, there are so many softwares developed by Red Hat. You can use them for free, but if you want to update them, you want support, you need to pay the subscription fee. This is how Red Hat functions. This is how Red Hat company earns. Okay. If we talk about Ubuntu, there is no subscription model here. It's free to download, free to use, and free to update even. Okay, no charges. But there is also no support. There is community support, which means you can go online. Some online forums will be there. On those online forums, some developers have created accounts, and they are helping people to fix errors. Okay, but it's not like a dedicated support provided from the company. So if we talk about how many Linux operating systems are there which provide paid support, so Red Hat Linux is there. Another one is called Suse Linux. You should know about this also, right? Suse Linux. So Suse Linux is also a similar kind of operating system, although some commands are different, some features are different, but the model is the same. Download and use for free, update and support is paid. You have to pay the subscription fee to Suse Linux. Okay. Who is using Suse Linux? Mostly you will see all.
Suse Linux.
Basically, Suse is the company name. The complete name is SLES. SLES means Suse Linux Enterprise Server. Just like this Red Hat. Red Hat is a company. Similarly, Suse is a company. Okay.
So अगर Linux का अगर वो certified बनना है,
इसका Suse का?
नहीं, Red Hat का.
Red Hat का.
हाँ. तो उसका सर exam fees वगैरह कितना रहता है?
See, exam fee varies. Normally, it's between 20,000 to 30,000. And when I say varies means यहाँ पे discounts भी रहते हैं कुछ. Per month basis या weekly basis पे कुछ discounts आते हैं, schemes आते हैं. तो आपको ये इस बीच में ही पड़ता है. बाकी sales team आपको ज़्यादा अच्छे से बताएगी. They have the latest discount offers from Red Hat. They know everything about it. Okay, so you can contact sales. All right. Okay. So there is one more question in the chat. Hold on. Okay, someone has typed, I am non-IT professional, want to switch to cloud computing. I am also doing cloud computing. Okay, perfect. So Linux fundamentals, yes. See, if you want to switch, this is for everyone. See, most, there might, in this class, there might be some students who just want to enter cloud industry, right? But, you know, in order to understand how cloud works, you need to understand the basics of operating systems, first of all. Okay. Basically, this cloud thing is what? It is running on top of some operating system. Okay. So first of all, we need to know how the operating system works. For that, Linux is the good choice. Okay. Linux is the way go forward, is the step one. Okay. So Linux fundamental is more than enough if you want to enter cloud. Don't go for Rhcsa certification in that case. Okay. Just learn Linux and then keep your focus on cloud knowledge and maybe get certified in cloud. Okay. All right. Now let me tell you some more things about Red Hat. Okay, so Red Hat company, as you know, is building multiple softwares, one of which is Linux, Red Hat Linux. Okay. You know what happens when Red Hat company is developing some new command or new feature for Red Hat Linux? They're going to test that feature in some other operating system. So Red Hat has developed a project which is called Fedora. This is an operating system. Okay, Fedora operating system. This is a kind of a test operating system for Red Hat, test OS. So whatever new features Red Hat team wants to develop, they develop it and test it on Fedora operating system. Is it recommended for freshers when you are learning Linux? No, not recommended for freshers who are learning Linux. Why? Because this operating system have bugs. You may experience frequent crashes. It doesn't behave normally. Okay, some commands are not working. So it's not recommended if you're learning Linux. Okay, so once the testing is done on Fedora operating system, the Red Hat company tests the same code on another operating system, which is called CentOS. This is also a project of Red Hat. Okay, so this is also a project of Red Hat. But yes, this one is a more stable operating system. If you want to try this, you can do it. Although we are using CentOS operating system in the labs, the online labs, which we have, okay, for the practice of Linux, which I will tell you in after this. So Red Hat is going to test the first level testing on Fedora operating system, second level on CentOS. Yes, you can download, you can use it. It's more stable than Fedora. Once the testing is done on CentOS, then finally the code is released on Red Hat Linux, Rhcl. This is how companies get the updates, software updates. Updates are first tested on the Fedora, then CentOS, and then finally released on Rhcl, so that companies are getting stable updates. Okay. Okay, open source I have discussed. Companies which are using Linux operating system, Red Hat Linux, Facebook, Adobe, Cisco, Dell, HP, IBM. So many companies are there. These are all MNCs. Okay. So I was talking about the online lab. See, once you enroll to the course, you will get the access to the online lab. It's like rhcs.nwkings.com, something like that. You will get a URL. You will get the username, password, use it to sign in, and you will get a lab like this. It's an online lab. We have servers in our office. Okay. So on that servers, these virtual machines are running. So let me show you like this server. If I want to start this server, I will click, left click, a menu will open, click on start. Once it is started.
So to do only introduction part, na?
Yeah, just introduction. I am just telling you how we are going to proceed further in the class. Okay. So once it is started, you can just click it again. In a new tab, a window will open and it will start showing you the display of this virtual machine. Okay, so this is the Linux server. It is running CentOS. So this is the booting process right now. Once the system is booted, you will see the login screen. So this is the login screen. CentOS at the bottom, it says you want to log in. Just click on the user. Password is test123, TEST123, T capital. Obviously, you will get all these things in email from the networking team. Okay, so guys, yes, today is just introduction part. I'm just trying to explain you what we are going to do and how we are going to do. Okay. See, this is the desktop for CentOS. The same thing is for Red Hat also. You will see no difference. There is no difference in CentOS look and feel and Red Hat look and feel. Just the logo is different. Okay. In CentOS, we have a different logo. For Red Hat, we have a Red Hat, actual Red Hat as a logo. Okay. So this is how you log into a operating system. See, learning Linux is similar to learning Android phone. You can remember when you first bought your Android phone. Did you know how to use Android? It's just Android is very intuitive. Everything is touch based. So that's why it makes easy to operate, right? But still there is some learning curve. If you give an Android phone, today's Android phone, to maybe to your grandmother, will she be able to use it? No. She needs to know basic terminologies like how the setting icon looks like, what is settings, what is GS, what is a Wi-Fi, you know, what is mobile data, what is location, GPS, all those things. It's all about terminology. And once you understand the terminology, you will be able to use it. Similarly in Linux, you just need to know the terminology, the basic terminology, how it works, and you will be able to use it. And you know, just see this, you are having a Windows laptop, Windows 10, Windows 11 maybe. Did you take any special classes to use how to use a laptop? No. You know some basic things like there is a start button, okay, and there is C drive, D drive, my computers, right? You start slowly with watching movies on the laptop, right? You start slowly with opening a Gmail account on the laptop. Then slowly you get to know some terminologies, how to install something, how to uninstall something, how to manage things from control panel, like that, right? So this is how you learn. So it's all about terminology. Okay. Where is the slide? Okay, slides are done. Okay, we are done with the slide. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to explain you, like, Linux is not that big of an operating system, not complex at all. It's all about terminology, and we are going to learn about all of those things which are used in the companies, how are they used in the companies, so that you are aware from day one when you join a company how to work in a company, how to work in a team. So there are some processes, there are some ways of doing things. So I'm going to teach you all of it. Okay, any questions till now? Okay, by the time, can everyone tell me in the chat, are you a fresher? If not a fresher, then how many years of experience you have? Just type this in the chat. I just want to see. I just want to have an idea. Okay, by the time you're typing, let me open the table of contents. Let me show you how many topics are there in Red Hat Linux course. And yeah, I mean, just the table of contents right now. Okay, so this is the course summary, we can say, or the table of contents. See, the first part will be, we need to understand, before we start learning Linux properly, we need to know how to run commands, how many commands are there, or we can say the basic commands. Okay, to start learning, we need to know some basic commands, some basic concepts. So the first section is that only, understand and use essential tools. Second step will be, when you learn few commands, when you have the understanding of commands, how commands are working, then we will jump into user management. Okay, so we need to know how users are created, because multiple users need to log into the server. So how users are created and how to manage all of that. And then we will jump into storage management, which means how to deal with the hard disk. Like in Windows, you can format the hard disk, you can create partition. Similarly, in Linux, we can format the hard disk, we can create partitions. But there are some things different from Windows. It's not same. Okay, so we are going to learn all of those. Okay, and then how to operate the running systems. Running systems means your applications which are running in the background. See, like in Windows, if I open my task manager, or even if you can open your task manager also, you will see in the process tab, so many processes are running in the background. So these are running systems. See, in my case, there are like hundreds of processes running in the background. Okay. So how to manage all these processes which are running in the background, how to reboot your system, how to restart your system, how to start your system, like that. Okay. And then how to deploy a new system, how to install a new system. By system, I mean a software. Okay. How to install a new software, how to update your operating system, like that. Then basic networking, how to give an IP address to your Linux server, how to update the IP address, how to modify it, all those things. Then we come into the security part. See, Linux is very secure. What makes it secure is file level permissions. Okay. And then SE Linux, which is called security enhanced Linux. And finally, firewall. These three things combined make the Linux operating system very secure. So we are going to learn all those things. Okay. Then we have managing containers. This is the last part, managing containers. So till here, till this part, everything was part of Rhcsa course. But after that, I have created 2 new points, which are for shell scripts and Ansible automation. So create simple shell scripts. We are going to discuss these things in shell scripting. And for Ansible automation, we are going to learn about how to set up Ansible automation software and how to start automating. Okay. Although, as I told you, Ansible automation is what? 40 hours, 50 hours course. It has 26 topics. We are going to cover 10 to 15 topics. It will help you a lot with your interviews and with the working, day-to-day working. Okay. Oh my God. So Mayank has 9 years of experience, but fresher in Linux. Okay, cool. No worries. Sandeep Kaur. Okay. Fresher. That's fine. 12 years of experience in networking and expectation would be high. Very, very good. Yeah. CCI networking. Very good. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. See, again, we are talking about the Linux fundamentals. So we are going to cover the Linux fundamentals in this course. Okay. But yes, if you have any questions related to maybe clustering technologies, maybe cloud technologies, maybe to any other technologies, I will try to give my best. I would try to answer your question at my best capacity. Okay. Okay. Ashish has 3 years, 10 months of experience. Perfect. Okay, see, with 12 years of experience, if you want to enter maybe Linux or cloud, I don't think you should prefer Linux as a fresher. No, just enter the cloud with the knowledge of Linux. This is my recommendation. All right. Okay. Okay, guys. So this was it for today. Just kind of introduction. Tomorrow, what are we going to do is we will try to deploy. We will try to set up a virtual machine of Linux operating system. Okay, just like I have. This is a Linux operating system working inside my Windows laptop. Okay, this is called virtual machine. So this is a Linux virtual machine. Let me just hold on. Just give me a second. It's hung. Okay. Actually did not use it for 2 days. Close the window. So this is the desktop of Red Hat Linux operating system version 8. And I mean, this is how it looks like. हाँ जी ये बताऊंगा कल. So tomorrow I will tell you how to download a Red Hat ISO file for the installation and then how to create your own virtual machine. Okay, so that we have a starting point, so that you also have a virtual machine in your laptop also, where you can also practice anytime. Although online lab is also there, you can practice anytime. It's open 24/7. But you know, having a virtual machine in a laptop is also another experience. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is it for today. We'll make tomorrow same time. Till then, bye bye. Or you have any questions, you can ask me.
सर सर इसमें जो कोडिंग होती है वो नॉर्मल कोडिंग होती है क्योंकि या फिर जावा पाइथन जैसी कोडिंग होती है
शेल स्क्रिप्ट में?
हाँ हार्ड मतलब इसमें भी दोनों इसमें
लाइनेक्स में कोई कोडिंग नहीं है. वी आर जस्ट गोइंग टू यूज कमांड्स. ओके. शेल स्क्रिप्ट में कोडिंग यूज होती है व्हिच इज वेरी बेसिक.
क्योंकि मुझे मतलब कोडिंग नहीं जमती है.
हाँ, कोई बात नहीं. आई नो, मतलब मेजॉरिटी ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स either don't know coding or not interested in coding, but I have designed in such a way कि आप ये कर पाएंगे, ये हो जाएगा बहुत easily. ठीक है. और वैसे भी ये बहुत छोटा सा पार्ट है. इट्स फॉर योर बेनिफिट ओनली. और मेन तो ऊपर है ना सारा, ये RHCSA है, इसमें कोई कोडिंग नहीं है. जो भी ऊपर पॉइंट्स लिखे हैं इसमें कोई कोडिंग नहीं है. ओके.
ओनली कमांड.
हाँ, ओनली कमांड्स.
Amit,
yes,
which language is used for writing cron jobs?
there is no language in writing cron jobs. There is a format. Like we use specific formats to run a command. Similarly, there is a specific format to create a cron job. but there is no
What-
programming language. No code, no programming.
What is a cron job actually? Because my previous project, developers used to run a cron job for making some changes on the server.
Okay, let's say you want to run a command at 12 a.m. midnight. What are you going to do? You will wake up, you will open the laptop, you will connect to the server, and then you will run the command, right?
Yes.
Why to do that? When you have cron job, set a cron job for 12 a.m. midnight. In the cron job, mention what command you want to run. That's it. You can set up multiple cron jobs. Those cron job will make sure at that specific time the commands are running. That's it. That's a cron job. It is called a job scheduler. You can schedule a job in a future time. Okay. You can schedule.
Makes sense.
Yeah. You can also schedule a recurring job, which means it the command keeps on running at the same time every day. You can also do that. Let's say one small example. Your manager is saying, send me a user report. How many users are there in the server? Send me user report every Monday, 9 a.m. Okay. So either you are going to set an alarm in your phone every Monday, 9 a.m. or you set a cron job in your server that automatically the report will be generated and it will be mailed to your manager automatically. Okay. So this is cron job.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we'll meet tomorrow and we'll try to create a virtual machine with Red Hat Linux operating system.
Amit sir,
Yes.
one question.
Yeah,
Amit sir,
sure.
Paramveer here. Amit sir,
Yeah,
मैंने
hi,
आपसे एक
Paramveer.
क्वेश्चन पूछा था.
हाँ जी.
Like I am from non-IT background, having
Correct.
6 years of experience.
Correct.
So right now I'm also doing postgraduate certification in cloud computing.
Perfect.
So sir, Linux fundamental is enough to get a job in cloud, or should I have to
Linux, yeah, Linux fundamentals plus cloud knowledge is more than enough.
Okay sir.
Although when you are learning cloud, अगर आप एक cloud automation tool का introduction भी ले लो, I'm just suggesting you, there is a very popular tool which is called Terraform. Okay.
Okay sir.
आप क्या पढ़ रहे हैं? AWS पढ़ रहे हैं?
सर उसमें AWS अभी स्टार्ट हो चुका है और नेक्स्ट दे विल कवर GCP एंड Azure.
Okay.
All three
आप introduction ले रहे हैं तीनों clouds का.
Yes sir.
Okay, no worries. What you can do is you can also take introduction of GCP. Self learning कर लो, बहुत बड़ा नहीं है. Not GCP, sorry, Terraform. Terraform का self study भी कर सकते हैं. It will really help you. Now, what is this Terraform? It helps in automation on cloud. ठीक है? वरना क्लाउड पे अगर आपको लेट्स से 10 वर्चुअल मशीन्स बनानी है, 10 इंस्टेंसेस बनाने हैं, आप क्या करेंगे? 10 बार आपको वो लॉग इन करना है, फिर क्रिएट करना है EC2 इंस्टेंस 10 टाइम्स. rather than that you can just use Terraform. उसमें आपको कुछ इंस्ट्रक्शंस लिखनी है और ऑटोमेटिक AWS से कनेक्ट करेगा और 10 मशीन्स बना देगा, IP भी असाइन कर देगा, सब कुछ कर देगा. ठीक है? तो हाँ, Terraform. You can just investigate what is it and ये है क्या चीज.
ओके सर. सर अगर कोई डाउट आएगा तो आप हेल्प कर दो ना क्लाउड में.
यस. मतलब क्लाउड का इतना मैं नॉलेज नहीं रखता हूँ बिकॉज मेरा ज्यादा काम रेड हैट लाइनक्स एंड ऑटोमेशन में है, एंसिबल ऑटोमेशन में. ओके, बट स्टिल
एक क्वेश्चन मैं पूछना था. Amazon लिनक्स और रेड हैट में क्या डिफरेंस सर?
Amazon is the cloud platform, Linux is the operating system. Okay, बस ये है डिफरेंस.
नहीं सर, उनकी इमेज जब EC2 इंस्टेंस बनाते हैं तो Amazon
अच्छा. आप Amazon की जो Linux इमेज है और जो Red Hat की इमेज है उसमें डिफरेंस.
एग्जैक्टली सर. हाँ सर.
इमेजेस में डिफरेंस ऐसा है कि जो Amazon ने कस्टमाइज किया है, Red Hat Linux इमेज को ही AMI कर देते हैं ना, उसको बोलते हैं AMI.
है.
हाँ, तो वो Amazon इमेज ऐसा होता है कि वो कस्टमाइज कर देते हैं. Linux का जैसे उन्होंने कस्टमाइज किया है Amazon Linux के नाम से. Red Hat भी है उसमें, CentOS भी है. हाँ, तो वो कस्टमाइज हो जाता है. एज आई टोल्ड यू, Linux आप भी कस्टमाइज कर सकते हैं. आपको डाउनलोड करना है Linux